It doesn't matter. Just let's get this done. The difficult journey. The wagon train departed bright and early this morning. Oink was disappointed that Oink had to tell my friends goodbye, but Oink had chosen to remain here in Denver. By that point, we had already been traveling for several long months. Oink was sorry to leave St. Louis, but Oink heard there was gold in California. It was June when we had first left St. Louis, and it was October when we got to Denver. Oink had made the difficult decision that Oink would not be continuing onward with the rest of the families on the wagon train. When we left St. Louis, we were extremely excited because we were planning on traveling all the way to the ocean. We would journey to California, but that was not to be for my family. Almost immediately, we stumbled upon the first major problem of our trip. Our very first day on the road, a wheel flew right off our wagon. The wheel was badly cracked, which meant we were unable to repair the damage ourselves. Since we were not terribly far from St. Louis at that point, John rode all the way back there on his horse. He returned to the wagon train with a brand new wheel. However, that took nearly an entire day while the other families waited. After that, we struggled with yet another problem. There was an awful rainstorm, and with it came so much mud that the oxen pulling our wagons were unable to get the wagons moving again. We had to wait for the rain to stop completely and for the mud to dry before we could continue onward. Because of this, we lost an additional 2 days. We were unbelievably exhausted, and it had been a mere 2 weeks, but we kept on traveling. Unfortunately, we then had to stop once more because the Brown family fell ill. We waited a few days for them to recover, but they eventually gave up and returned back. Every single day, we faced very difficult work, but we still persevered. Nevertheless, by the time we arrived in Denver, it was just too much to handle. We had then decided that we were going to leave the wagon train. That night, we informed the wagon master of our plans. The wagon master asked us to change our minds and told us we've overcome the worst now. However, Oink knew our trip would certainly not be getting any easier. The mountains we had just crossed were only the beginning. It had already been such hard work to get where we are now, and Oink knew it would be even more difficult to reach the ocean in California. That is when we decided the best option was to remain here in Denver. Today, Oink have gone off to hunt for a new job. There are several jobs in the mines, and Oink hope to fill one of the positions. Then we will be able to get to our new home. Oink am extremely thankful that living in a tent beside the covered wagon is over. Instead, we will have a permanent place where we can live. Although Oink will greatly miss my friends, Oink will not miss all the troubles and hardships we endured. Oink wrote a letter to a friend Oink made on the trip. Oink wanted him to know we are doing well, although Oink miss him. Okay, and the tongue twister I chose was, how can a clam cram in a clean cream can? How can a clam cram in a clean cream can? How can a clam cram in a clean cream can? How can a clam cram in a clean cream can? Thanks.